Hello and welcome to Arsenal Domination, where I want to update you on the news that I brought you last week from David Ornstein that Arsenal's Director of Football Search was stepping up and they expected to make an appointment what is now this month. His shortlist at the time was Dan Ashworth, Roberto Alabe, Andrea Berta, the current interim Director of Football Jason Ito, and a few others. But it seems that Fabrizio Romano this morning, and this has been backed up subsequently by other journalists, are reporting that Andrea Berta, the former Atletico Madrid director of football, is now the front runner for the job. He has reportedly rejected, or AC Milan have moved on from him as a candidate for their current vacancy for the director of football job, and he was seen in London last week. So all things point to this being quite accurate reporting, and that he will be offered the job. But I think it is important to point out at this point that he has not accepted the job, and no offer or formal offer has been forthcoming from Arsenal. But it does look like things are pointing in the direction of Andrea Berta. Now, Andrea Berta, as I say, a former Atletico Madrid director of football, he has left them this year and is currently sort of free to pursue other roles. And he has a very, very good record there. He started there in 2013, having formerly been at Parma and Bologna. He obviously has had to work with Diego Simeone very closely during that time. And between the two of them, they built a very, very good side that was capable of competing for trophies. That is obviously where Arsenal are now. But Arsenal will want to not just compete; they will want to go on and win trophies. And I think that's I think he is capable of building a side that is capable of winning trophies, because I think the playing field in England is far more even than it is in Spain, where there are significant financial advantages for Real Madrid and, well, should be Barcelona, but they've obviously squandered theirs, which does exist to some extent in England, but not to the same level. And I think that should allow him to really demonstrate that he is capable of moving things on and building on the work of Edu. And clearly, he is a very experienced candidate who is capable of standing up to the manager, Diego Simeone, very similar to Arteta in terms of playing style and the way he builds a club, but also in terms of personality, very strong, very fiery, very opinionated. And I think it's really important that manager and director of football work well together, but can challenge each other. I think that was the case under Edu. I know a lot of people say that Edu wasn't capable of standing up to Mikel Arteta, but a lot of people close to the club have said that that absolutely is not the case, and that he did stand up to the manager on several occasions. But that doesn't really matter anymore. Edu's gone. Berta clearly showing that he is capable of doing it and capable of standing up to Diego Simeone. Crucially, experience-wise, he's bought a lot of high-profile players. I think he has a mixed bag there. I think Felix hasn't worked. Bought Griezmann back. I know that was a free transfer and that hasn't really worked. But he also bought players like Alvarez in, who I think is going to be a really good signing from him, having signed him in the summer from Manchester City. But I think crucially what he has got is those low value, low to medium value transfers right that have turned into really, really good players. So good talent identification there. I think something Arsenal generally got quite well, but obviously there's going to be misses with players at that level, as as often, if not more often, than there are hits. But he bought Rodri in for 20 million euros, Al Black for 16 million euros, and Diego Jota for 8 million. I just jotted those three down so I didn't forget them. Now, obviously, those prices would be higher today than they were then if he bought the same type of player, because football transfers have got more expensive since he signed them. But it shows that he's capable of getting talent identification and putting things together. And he's coming from a really high base here, sort of similar to what Slot took over at Liverpool in terms of the base level here. So I think with Arsenal's PSR issues much reduced, much eased for this summer, allowing them to spend quite effectively, I think this shrewd operation is really, really good news for Arsenal. Um, and I think the signing of him or appointment of him, if it does happen, is also really important that it happens now and happens quickly, because the summer transfer window is only a few months away, and the fact he can start now, unlike, say, a candidate I really like in Alabe, who can't start till May, June, is really, really important, because Arsenal can start to hit the ground running into that transfer window, which has served them so well in previous years. Obviously, last summer it was impacted a lot by the Euros, where players were less keen to sort of move early, and you saw that right across all the major leagues. Business was done later than it had been in previous years, and that's why he with an experienced candidate, capable of standing up to a fiery and opinionated manager, and can start now, I think makes him a really, really good choice for Arsenal if he is indeed appointed. Um, and hopefully we'll get that announcement soon. If it's not him, I just hope it's someone of his ilk, because I think it needs to be a really good talent level. I say Jason Ito, for me, not the man to be the main director of football. But getting him appointed soon is going to be really, really important for Arsenal for the reasons I just mentioned. And hopefully we'll get that announcement in the coming weeks. I'll be back later with a PSV preview, and we'll be hopefully on True Gooner later on tonight. And there will be a video out tomorrow, an opinion video, looking at the situation at Arsenal, which hopefully we will find interesting. But that's it for me. I will speak to you all soon. Well, you'll hear from me later. Have a great afternoon, and let me know what your thoughts are on Berta if he is indeed to be the director of football. Thanks very much. Cheers.